The council chamber floated in the void between stars, a construct of crystallized gravity and folded spacetime that had witnessed 10,000 years of galactic governance. Today, its polished obsidian floors reflected nothing but stunned silence. Anna stood at the center of the amphitheater, her pressure suit's life support humming quietly in the artificially maintained atmosphere. Around her, arrayed in concentric circles that rose toward the chamber's vaulted ceiling, sat the representatives of 47 species. Not one of them moved. The Quarriax ambassador, a being of pure electromagnetic fields contained within a magnetic bottle, had been mid-gesture when Anna delivered her statement. Now its field patterns had frozen into immobility. The Threen delegation, three entities sharing one consciousness across separate bodies, had locked into perfect stillness, their bioluminescent skin patterns halted mid-pulse. "I'll repeat myself," Anna said, her voice level, "since you seem to have difficulty processing simple declarative sentences. You assaulted Earth. 18 months ago, your fleet entered our system without authorization, destroyed our communication satellites, and bombarded our largest cities with kinetic impactors. 2 billion humans died in the first 72 hours. Still no response. The Vraxian High Speaker, a creature resembling a 6-meter-long centipede composed of metallic segments, had reared back on its posterior appendages. It remained frozen in that position, its compound eyes reflecting Anna's image 10,000 times over. Anna had expected outrage. She'd prepared for denial, for counter-accusations, for the bureaucratic doublespeak that civilizations developed after millennia of diplomatic practice. She had not expected paralysis. Jenny's voice crackled through her earpiece. "Anna, their neurology readings are going haywire. Whatever you said, it's triggered something primal." From his position aboard the human corvette Determination, hidden in a nearby gravity well, Jenny had access to every biosensor the Council's security systems provided. He'd been monitoring the delegates' physiological responses since Anna had arrived. "Define primal," Anna subvocalized, keeping her expression neutral. "Fear, pure, unfiltered existential terror. I'm reading fight-or-flight responses across every species that has such a mechanism. The others are showing their equivalent reactions. Anna, they're not ignoring you. They're frozen because they're terrified." That made no sense. The Galactic Council commanded fleets that could sterilize solar systems. Their technology could manipulate fundamental forces, fold space like origami, and engineer stars. Earth's most advanced fusion drives were crude toys by comparison. The assault on Earth had been a demonstration, a warning to a primitive species that had dared to reach beyond its single planet without permission. Humans were supposed to retreat, to accept their place, to petition for membership from a position of appropriate humility. Instead, Anna had come alone. The Quarriax ambassador's field patterns suddenly collapsed inward, then exploded outward in what Jenny's xenopsychology database flagged as a panic response. Its translator finally engaged. "How?" The word resonated through the chamber in 47 languages simultaneously. "How did you survive?" Anna tilted her head. "Is that a serious question?" The Vraxian High Speaker slowly lowered itself, its metallic segments clicking softly. When it spoke, its voice carried harmonics of distress. "The kinetic bombardment, we calculated the energy release, continental crust displacement, atmospheric ignition, extinction level event guaranteed. Your species should be extinct." "Should be," Anna agreed. "We're not." A new voice entered the conversation. The eldest of the Luminate Collective, beings of crystallized thought that had guided the Council for 3,000 years, manifested as a lattice of light in the chamber's upper reaches. Its thoughts translated into words with crystalline clarity. "We accessed your planet's geological records. We studied your evolution. We observed your wars, your weapons, your capacity for violence against your own kind. We determined you were a threat that would not accept guidance. The assault was calculated to reduce your population to pre-industrial levels while preserving your biosphere for eventual rehabilitation. Anna felt something cold settle in her chest. They'd planned genocide as a management strategy. You made several miscalculations, she said. First, you assumed our cities were our civilization. They weren't. They were where we kept our bureaucrats and our entertainment. Our actual industrial capacity was distributed, hardened, hidden in places you never thought to look. She pulled up a holographic display from her suit's projector. Images flickered to life above her palm. Vast underground facilities, submarine manufacturing complexes, orbital stations concealed within asteroid shells. Second, you assumed we'd panic, that we'd fragment, that survival instinct would override cooperation. A thin smile crossed her face. You've been civilized too long. You've forgotten what it means to be prey animals who learn to fight back. When you hit us, we didn't scatter. We organized. The display shifted, showing Earth's cities in ruins, then the same locations 18 months later, rebuilt, not to their former glory but functional, alive. Jenny's voice came through again. Anna, I'm detecting weapons charging, multiple ships decloaking at the system's edge. How many? 43. Looks like they're calling in reinforcements. Anna had expected this too. She made no move toward any weapon. She simply stood, waiting. The Threen delegation finally broke their silence, their shared voice rippling through the chamber. This is impossible. Our simulations were perfect. Your species' psychology, your technological limitations, your social cohesion factors, all variables were accounted for. You accounted for everything, Anna said, except the fact that humans are vindictive, stubborn, and absolutely terrible at accepting extinction gracefully. Did your simulations account for mothers who kept factories running while searching for their children in the rubble? For engineers who designed weapons in the ruins of their universities? For farmers who planted crops in irradiated soil because surrender wasn't in their vocabulary? She took a step forward, not threatening, just present, undeniable. We're not here to petition for membership. We're not here to negotiate reparations. We're here to deliver a message, and it's very simple. You assaulted Earth. You failed to destroy us. And now we're going to make absolutely certain you never try again. The eldest's light patterns flickered with what might have been confusion. You have one ship, we have fleets. Your threat is illogical. I don't have one ship, Anna corrected. I have one ship here, the difference matters. Jenny's voice. Anna, they're scanning everything. Should I activate countermeasures? No, let them look. Let them see exactly one human corvette with exactly the weapons loadout they'd expect from a species that just survived an apocalypse. Let them think they understand. The Council's scanners swept over the determination. Anna could imagine their analysis. Fusion drives, kinetic weapons, basic defensive shielding. Dangerous in atmosphere, perhaps, but laughably outmatched in space. The Vraxian High Speaker's translator crackled. If you do not have a fleet, then your message is empty. We could destroy your ship. We could return to your planet and finish what we began. You could, Anna acknowledged. Of course, then you'd have to explain to your populations why the sky started falling. Silence again, but different this time. Confused rather than terrified. Anna pulled up another display. This one showed coordinates, thousands of them scattered throughout Council space. When you attacked us, we were a species just learning to reach beyond our world. We had 12 research stations outside our system. 11 were destroyed in your assault. She highlighted one coordinate. The 12th wasn't. It was at the edge of your network relay system near Kepler 442b. The scientists there watched Earth burn. They had 18 months to think about it, to study your technology, to reverse engineer your quantum communication network, and to do what humans do best when we're angry. We got creative. The coordinates began pulsing. They corresponded to stars, specifically to stars throughout Council territory. Every one of those markers, Anna continued, represents a stellar body we've seeded with devices we call Kessler packages. They're very simple, just relativistic projectiles paired with quantum triggers. We can't match your technology. We can't fight your fleets. But we can do this. If Earth falls silent, if our beacons stop transmitting, if you try to finish what you started, those packages activate. The eldest's light patterns went completely still. You're threatening stellar engineering. No, we're promising it. Each package will destabilize its star's fusion processes. Nothing catastrophic, we're not monsters, but enough to increase solar output by 30% over the course of 5 years. Your worlds won't burn immediately. You'll have time to evacuate. Time to watch your civilizations fragment as you fight over limited evacuation resources. Time to experience what we experienced, except spread across your entire council. Anna felt the weight of what she was saying. The Kessler packages existed. 12 were real, positioned near critical stars. The rest was bluff, but it was a bluff backed by demonstrated capability and humanity's proven willingness to spite even in the face of extinction. This is madness, the Threne delegation said. This is mutually assured destruction on a galactic scale. Yes, Anna agreed. It's terrible. It's unconscionable. It's the logic you taught us when you decided we weren't worth coexisting with. Consider it humanity's graduation thesis. Jenny's voice. Anna, their weapons are powering down. They're retreating. The reinforcement fleet is leaving the system. The eldest's light patterns shifted, taking on configurations that Anna's translator struggled to interpret. Finally, words emerged. What do you want? What we've always wanted, to be left alone, to explore, to exist. We'll disable the packages if, and only if, the Council formally recognizes Earth as sovereign territory, off-limits to interference. You don't have to trade with us, talk to us, or acknowledge us. Just leave us alone. The Vraxian High Speaker's segments rippled, and if we refuse? Anna's expression didn't change. Then we all get to learn together whether my people are bluffing. But I'll tell you something about humans. We're really bad at bluffing when it comes to revenge. The council deliberated in silence for 3 minutes. 3 minutes during which Anna stood alone in a chamber filled with beings who could have killed her with a thought, protected only by the threat of mutual destruction and humanity's reputation for vindictive tenacity. Finally, the eldest spoke. Your terms are accepted. Earth is sovereign. We will not interfere. Anna nodded once. Excellent. You'll find the treaty draft in your systems. Jenny sent it while we were talking. She turned to leave, then paused. Oh, and counsel, the next time you consider preemptively attacking a species because you're afraid of what they might become, remember that you made us what we are. We were scientists and artists and dreamers. You taught us to be survivors. Sleep well with that knowledge. She walked toward the chamber's exit, her footsteps echoing in the vast space. Behind her, the representatives of 47 civilizations remained motionless, processing the reality that the prey species they'd tried to exterminate had just held a gun to the entire galaxy's head. And the most terrifying part was knowing that humans were just angry enough to pull the trigger.